My beautiful stars, reading time. All right, let's see, main collective, what you guys are going through right now. What's your main focus? See my chaos card. I'm staring at that wounded masculine. This could be, you could more resonate with leaning in towards your masculine energy. Fear, temptation, runner. Oh, as we said, I feel this is more of a, we might have to do a you versus them. Okay, I'm hearing two things. You as a collective, you could have a wounded masculine on your mind. Okay, so someone that's withholding emotion, someone that you have memories of being quite jealous, possessive, quite claiming. I see this wounded masculine as having a little bit of a hot temper. So you could have this on your mind, and there's fear around you right now. Maybe you're really tempted by this person's energy at the moment. But I'm also hearing, especially because everything I say is for reason, as soon as I saw that wounded masculine, I was thinking maybe this collective, you shine stronger in your masculine energy. So you could be a very feminine outer appearance, but you normally take on that dominant role in a connection. But then seeing this runner here, this could actually just be a broken masculine energy right now. We might have to get a few more to confirm. One more. Your top row. Okay, focusing on courage. So wanting to come through with bravery, determination, and persistence. So if it's you, collective, that is fighting temptation and you have someone on your mind, you would be thinking that you want to have persistence, courage, and determination. But this just more lines up with someone that's wounded, knows that they're running, but they know to stop this kind of behavior, they kind of need to be a little bit brave and come forward. But there's definitely fear around this person. Hold on, before we keep going, because I'm so on the fence. These readings always confuse me. I just want to see the main collective emotion. What's your emotion? Worried and trying to save face. So main collective, you're sitting in a lot of worry right now. You're trying to put on a mask, make sense that you're not too bothered about something, but avoiding feelings of humiliation, worried about your reputation, not wanting others to lose respect for you, covering up your mistakes, trying to make excuses for your failings in life. So this is making me, this just especially saving face, runner, wounded energy with fear. Okay. I'm going to do a you versus them. I'm going to speak to this collective as this is you, what you embody, especially with these cards here, so don't make it fit. So right now you've clearly got a lot of worry on your mind about moving forward with something, but maybe for you as a person, your reputation, the people that are around you, their opinions really matter. So if you have an important decision on your mind, right, and you're holding yourself back because you are worried about the opinions that might fall through because of this decision that needs courage, bravery, and determination, in the nicest way, you're a bit of a people pleaser, which means you really rely on seeking validation and the admiration and approval of others. So instead of doing things that make you happy or make you feel centered, you really prioritize the people around you. This is why you wear a mask. You remind me of a 10 of Wands. You carry all these burdens, but you don't let people, and I'm blocking, and you don't let people in on your burdens. But right now you're sitting in a lot of worry, which makes sense with the fear. So you clearly are an overthinker, you're an overprocessor, and the more you sit in worry and the more you hold off making a decision because of other people's opinions, it's going to create more fear, and it's going to test you more and more with that temptation. So this kind of energy leads to an obsessive, tunnel vision, fixated thought pattern, which isn't healthy for anyone. And someone, and you would know this, you have avoidant tendencies. So you avoid showing people your vulnerabilities, owning your weaknesses, your faults, your scars. This is going to accelerate this. If you haven't been healing it, it's going to make you want to run more. You're overwhelmed, but you feel connected. So you're definitely worried, overwhelmed. You've got there's something really bubbling inside. You would be like a kettle at the moment. It would be hard for you to sit still. You'd probably be in quite a bit of anxiety. I'm seeing my 9 of Swords, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're struggling to have a healthy sleep routine. So this card here is about a sense of belonging. You have a deep bond, someone in your soul tribe, someone that makes you feel understood. It feels right. You feel like your energy is still intertwined with someone. I read so many divines and I'm wanting to do a U verse N. So this is clearly, I think, the person that you're wanting to have courage towards, but you're full of fear here. And clearly whoever this is you feel connected to, the people around you don't really agree with this connection. And it's overwhelming you. So you don't know what decision to make right now. You'd be on a crossroads. Too challenging, emotional pressure, stressed, burden, suddenly hit you hard. So this could have come out of nowhere. You're unable to cope right now. These are some hard emotions. No wonder you're in fear. You're worried about being judged. Oh gosh. You would have a lot of self-confidence issues. You would really struggle with your worth. You can see the emotion this is stirring up in you, and this here is what's stopping you. You're scared of judgment. You're scared of backlash. Maybe you're scared. Maybe you've got a bit of rejection trauma. So even though you feel deep down, you feel connected to someone, I don't think it's just the judgment you might face from the people around you. If you've been running from someone in a wounded masculine energy, you would be worried about this person judging you too. So it doesn't make sense for you to make this. You would be completely sitting in lost hope. Even though you've got connected here, I think you have a big question mark over this. I want one more for connected. Well, that's positive. You've got an enlightened... So clearly you feel a depth of a spiritual connection. You try and stay positive. So when it comes to you in stillness, whoever this connection is, they clearly put a bit of sunshine in you. I think you try and see it from a higher perspective. But this is... Like, I'm surprised that that's so clear for you in your mind. I was seeing a question mark over that. How do you feel when you're not in stillness? Yeah, decisions. That's what I felt. You're on a powerful crossroads. Maybe when you're not in stillness, you feel like it's that time is ticking. You feel like you're coming to the brink where you really need to make a decision. But I'm going to be honest, this energy here, connected or not, like, if you've treated someone that way, there's a bit of damage. Let's get one for judged. Suspicious. Could be your friends. that you're worried about judgment, friends and family. So that means if you're worried about judgment from them, these people know this person that's on your mind. Let's get one more for these two. Saving face and... Wow, you're obsessed. And you could struggle with addictions. Maybe you feel a bit shamed by this, or you try and stay calm, but clearly you can't right now. Curiosity's gotten the best of you with something, and now it's ignited all this emotion. You're really worried that you're going to be kind of shamed or victimized by whatever decision you're sitting on. And again, that's reminding me of that Ten of Wands. I think you try and act like you've got everything together, but inside you've got a bit of a hurricane within. Okay, so let's just confirm these. And anyway, let's just break this down. What are you wounded over right now? Secrets. So you know you... One, I think you know you've been holding things back. Two, I'm seeing that curiosity. There's something... Remember the deviation I said about a wounded masculine? Holds a lot back, quite jealous, possessive, can even have quite a hot temper, be quite aggressive. So either you have found something out through curiosity, or also you yourself, you're sitting on some unspoken truths here. This is fear. There's that's the card I was seeing. So you're sitting in chaos right now. You're sitting in a storm, and you're afraid of the storm that may come with whatever decision you choose. So it's not just that you're sitting in a bit of a hurricane right now emotionally. I think you're really worried about the storm that may come if you fall short to temptation and you work on this courage that you know within that you're lacking, okay? For this to be a main focus, this ties into the decisions. All right, temptation. Oh. Wow, so you do have a constant burn. So this person connected to you, which we will tap into, you've got a constant burn over them right now. Hold on a second. Maybe this person chased you for a while, especially because you got the runner. I just want to confirm how you view this connection. All right, so only card that's up, you see it as a mirrored connection. Clearly a broken mirrored connection. I talk about that a lot here. It's your outdated thinking. So you've replayed a lot of things over and over in your mind, and you're probably sick of it. You would struggle to get this person off your mind. But snake, so this person could have someone else in their life right now. Competition, enemy, clever, look over your shoulder, the other woman, the other man. If you struggle with worthiness and you know this person's aligned to someone, then that would be hard for you to make a decision as well. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, you must struggle a little bit with rejection trauma, which would have started from a young age. But right now, and this is under mirror, so that row, the connected, the positive, what else was there? It was such a belief when you're in center, but you can just see how confused you are as a person, because even when you're in stillness and belief, you believe how connected you are, but you clearly aren't moving towards this person. So this is coming from barriers in your heart that you need to really reflect on and But here, you think you're both deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning, right? But then you also think that this person has people connected to them that maybe you think aren't right for this person. Whatever the case, you haven't voiced it. Mask, you think this person wears a mask, but this is underneath mirror. So I say this to my feminines all the time. If you think that your person's this, that, and the other, they're qualities you have within, you embody within. When we see synchronicities, signs externally, it's all about our internal balance. It's the same when we're reflecting on people with certain emotion, fox behavior, snake behavior, whatever it is. That's what we embody. So I actually think for a long time you thought this person was heartbroken and wearing a mask from you, but you're exactly the same. So not showing their true feelings, hide, pretend, delude, gaslighting. And I don't know if you're not the most self-aware person, but wounded masculine, running from someone, a lack of courage, sitting into fear, covering secrets, that's you wearing a mask. Sorry, in the nicest way, but this is, a lot of people are self-unaware. So if you have literally thought that the person connected to you is this, maybe point that finger back at yourself a little bit. So you've got girl with a snake, boy with a snake, and then hovering over you are so anxious right now. When you think of this relationship, and mirror is here, so even if you think this is what's connected to the person on your mind, you're just as bad. Sorry. This is one of those. I did a reading the other day. I wanted to stop reading it because I was getting an icky energy. It's the same for this. I'm very tempted to stop reading this. Hovering, interested in conversing more, waiting. It's like I think you're waiting for a message to her. If you have, and I've said it about 10 times, if you have run from someone, treated them in a wounded masculine energy, kept secrets from someone, sorry, delusional, if you think this person's going to reach out to you, even if they have chased in the past. There's clearly a lot of damage here, and you know it. This snake. Okay. Maybe that they chose a healthier choice. So even though maybe you're a bit iffy on whoever's in this person's life, or you think's in their life, you clearly think they're a better choice for them. And even you might have aligned with someone that you don't even completely trust, but in your state, I don't know if you've done it to kind of numb the emotion of this person, but if you've chosen to align with someone else as well, you've looked at it as a healthy choice. There's clearly something through your curiosity that has bit you in the bum. And I've had so many collectives here this week about Pandora's box. You've got to ask yourself, is your emotion even genuine? Because if you've treated someone like this, you don't want to approach them unless it's genuine, not just out of fear that you've kind of missed the boat. Anyway. Let's just get these two. Courage. So maybe this person put an awakening through you. Maybe you're going through some form of awakening right now. So your first card is wounded masculine and your last card is wounded feminine. So you're broken and you know it. So this is your energy right now, right? Like that is a broken energy. And there's a reason I said self-unaware. I think you as a collective, you're very unaware of the pain you inflict in people's lives. But when you feel some form of pain, it's like you feel a little bit entitled. It's that victim mentality. You as a person, when it comes to vulnerability, you lack it. When it comes to yourself, you put yourself in an ivory tower and you blame everyone for your grievances. Whatever you've been running from, you haven't seen right. You've literally put yourself in a tower and made excuses for this bad behavior. And Saturn, Neptune, retrograde, Mercury, you're coming into some, and I don't want to say physical karma, but this time of year is to make everybody reflect on things that need to be changed. So even as I'm tapping into you, I don't think you understand your emotion properly. You can see you have a big decision on your mind, but you're so worried about being judged and saving face. You're so worried about what this will cause in your life, even though you've done wrong. Sad. Very sad. In the nicest way, that means you really do struggle with honesty. But anyway, let's just confirm with these. So right now you're unsatisfied in life. And again, like I said before, is this genuine emotion towards this other person, or are you just unsatisfied? Are you bored? Has curiosity got the best of you? Are you someone that likes to win? Do you feel like you're losing at something right now? If you're unsatisfied in life, I say this for my feminines, we complete ourselves, and if you're looking for external to complete you or make you feel better, it'll never last, because that means you expect the people around you to put a smile on your face, and you've got to learn to put a smile on your own face. So you think you either think you're irreplaceable, bit of arrogance, or you've got the person on your mind, you think it's an irreplaceable connection. The way you love can never be matched. Soul tie. I'm trying to be understanding. It just shows what unhealed energy does and broken energy. And you, like I've said it a couple times, I think you're a collective, you really struggle to see yourself, which is sad. Okay, if you genuinely believe, I intuitively am feeling you are reflecting so deeply on this right now. And now you're starting to see this is a soul tie, this is irreplaceable. You're reflecting on how deeply and compassionately this person loves, but it's coming from a place of you not feeling good in life right now. So, and I specialize in divines. I read divines all the time, and I know what the veil can do, and I know what an unhealed soul can do. But what's really sad here right now, even your main energy, this energy, deep down in your soul, you know what you've done to whoever's connected to you has not been right. But you chose to stay away because clearly you were satisfied in your life. So the things in your life were flourishing, or they were comfortable, or you were happy, or whatever the case may be. But now that you're unsatisfied and things aren't working in your favor in life, are my eyeballs on? Mask. Now that you're starting to realize your life isn't as satisfying as you once believed, I feel reading this collective, the only reason you're reflecting on this is because And this is running energy. When life or challenges arise and you are someone that doesn't like to face challenges, you have an escapist approach, wounded masculine, wounded feminine, and running energy. Instead of dealing with it and sorting it, you want to run to the next best thing. The grass is greener. I'm seeing that moth card. So, and I'm just ripping off the band-aid. I do the exact same for my feminines. You need to reflect and ask yourself, is it because I feel stuck? Am I stuck in complacency? Is my life a mess? A mess that I created? Because I always say, as people, we create our environment from what we put out, our projection, our decisions, the way we treat people, whatever the case, we create our mess. So if you were someone, runner, avoidant, your whole life you would blame everyone for your grievances. If you really believe that you're going through a kundalini, literally a tutu, kundalini, a true awakening, we start to turn that finger back at ourselves, not blame everyone else. Yeah, you're overwhelmed. And you've got that twice. You got that in your emotion card. The stress of all of this is draining me. Because you're not being honest with yourself and the people around you. So, of course, you would feel drained and overwhelmed. Biggest thing is, you as a collective, you're not making an important decision for yourself because of the people around you, and you're scared of judgment. You're scared of backlash, and you're scared of having to confront certain things. That's no one's fault but your own. And again, in the nicest way, I'm just ripping off the band-aid. I say this all the time. And when you go to sleep of a night, there is no one else putting that head on the pillow with your same emotion. That's your emotion. So all these people you're trying to protect, or whatever the case, they don't feel what you feel. But again, that's up to you. But you're extremely overwhelmed. You're broken. So I feel shattered about this whole situation. Oh, I'm really trying to have understanding for you as a collective, but it's just screaming victim mentality, because all the things that can get you out of this, it just comes from you with that lion strength. So I'm not trying to downplay what you're feeling. It does. It feels heavy reading it. Like I said before, I don't even want to do this reading. But you're creating it for yourself. And the sad thing is you don't realize that you're creating it for yourself. Because you're just so scared of what's going to come next. Unsatisfied. Oh my gosh. So now that you're huge confirmation, now that you're unsatisfied with your life, you want to reunite with this person that you've literally, sorry. Oh God. So now you're thinking about a reunion. But so underneath this person you think is irreplaceable, you've been holding back. I should have expressed myself better. But the reason you chose not to express yourself was because you were satisfied at that point with your life. So this person wouldn't have even been a passing thought. Or when they were a thought for you, you would have just done what you do to numb the energy out. It's only now that maybe your life's, and I'll get your tarot, you're reflecting on, and there's that third party again. Sabotage. So now you think you sabotage this soul connection because you ran when things got too hard. So you do know, you're not silly. So that's even a bit more alarming, because you know your faults, but you still don't want to take accountability. Overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed about the conversations and the judgment that needs to be had. Literally, as I said it, the conversation, and because the judgment, you're unclear about where this person stands right now. So you don't want to put your card, I feel unclear about where you stand. This is what's overwhelming you. How do I approach this conversation? How do I put my cards on the table? How do I be honest? What if I'm going to be rejected? What if they don't want to commit to me, and then I put all my cards on the table, and then I'm just going to be hurt again, even though you've hurt this person you think is your soul tie, and that's irreplaceable. If you genuinely felt like this about this person, not just your overthinking, genuine, you would be running down their door, because you would respect them enough to not have an expectation that a conversation needs to lead to this. You would just want to apologize for what you've done. So you don't genuinely feel this. You just feel this running energy because your life's going to... Sorry. I'm ripping off the Band-Aid. If you are more concerned about your feelings because of the unexpected outcome that may come, then not your true... Or you're just still healing. You're still an escapist. You still run when things get too hard. You're doing it right now. But you can't see the lesson because you're sitting in the box of the emotion. This whole situation's that hard. It's overwhelming you. So you're escaping it. How can you still sabotage? Is what I'm trying to say. I hope this is making sense. When you're trying to tell someone that's self-unaware certain things, it can be very confronting, and it might not even make sense, because if you're self-unaware, no one can... I say it about change or giving up addictions or dietary changes. No one can make you see. No one can make you want to change. You've got to want to do that yourself. And I do believe what you're feeling is so overwhelmed and broken. I get it, but I just don't think it's coming from a genuine place. It's coming from a place of fear because your life's falling apart. And you've got mistakes, broken, overwhelmed, and you've got sabotage. Because you're stressing about it. Again, it's the expectation. So this is about moving on, yes, but it's also about creating a new chapter. So you feel broken and you feel it's a mistake that you chose to walk away. Grass is greener on the other side. Remember, you were feeling satisfied only up till recent. So for however long this has been with this person, you've probably kind of avoided them like the plague, especially if you are a runner. You're an avoidant. You're a wounded masculine, wounded feminine. I truly believe there's something that's come to your table just very suddenly. You've got to ask yourself, is this genuine? Or are you just feeling rejected in life? I just want to see these quickly, and then I want to... Oh, wow. That's positive. I do say this for my feminines. As a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm it. So if you are, and listening to others, you're still listening to others. If everything I've been saying is more the things that you're reflecting on, if you're really going through a dark night, that's great. But if everything I'm saying is something that you haven't really kind of faced or taken ownership of, that's something you need to sit on, okay? And I always say our heart space in this world, love is the most powerful emotion. Whoever you feel like you're connected to, right? You've clearly really damaged their heart space. And I always say someone's armor and shadow, which we all have, but it can change when we go into deep reflection. You wouldn't have just treated this person like this. You would treat a lot of people like this in life. And if you were someone that can... I'm seeing like a little bit of a heartbreaker. If you can do that to people, that's a lot of... I'm going to say it. That karmic wheel would not be turning in your favor. So you want to hope you're in more deep reflection than blaming, okay? But anyway, let's see your true intention. So you're going over a memory that wanted to fly out from June 21st, August 5th, August 6th to September 21st. And we're sitting in these months now, so... Okay, so you've got mirror twice. You really do believe in your soul, you and this person mirror. And you've got destiny here, so you could be seeing a lot of 333 right now. I'm understanding our relationship and our connection. What I once thought was trivial was something on a higher consciousness. I couldn't understand it then, but I do now. If this is truly divine and you really do resonate with more of that masculine energy, I do see this a lot. I do see that you guys don't really activate to the emotion until your feminines are really healing and letting you go. But just, it feels like such a karmic energy I'm picking up on. So, because I just feel off reading you, whoever this person is, they've been a seed in your mind for a very long time, but you've chosen to not move forward. You've chosen to just kind of numb the thought away, right? Where normally, although the masculines do think about their feminine, they're really in kind of, this will never work, I'm just letting it be, where I just feel you as a collective, it was more of a choice to keep hurting this person. I'm going to be honest, that's what I'm feeling. And then you've got 6. If you are feeling under duress or feeling solemn, I feel it too. When you're thinking of me, I'm thinking of you. And the reason I'm saying this, I just want to make it clear, because you think that this person's heartbroken over you. So you know you've broken them. You know you've broken them, but you chose to keep breaking them. That's kind of the point, because remember, that's what came out underneath this card in that little black deck. Our connection is deep, profound, and sometimes difficult to understand. This is good. This is good. And I'm on the fence with your energy. I said it just before. If everything I'm saying is what you're starting to reflect on, beautiful. This is about you trying to reinvent yourself. I'm trying to reinvent myself and release the old me. I took you for granted, disappointed you, and deserted you when you needed me the most. I want to come back stronger so I can build something better. This is, you're connected to one of my kind of, I've got a couple of feminine energies here. You didn't just leave this person and run. You kind of left them when they needed you the most. So they would have been losing everything when you chose to walk away and just kind of kept running. Okay, so a big part of your energy right now is you're unsatisfied in life, and if everything's falling apart for you in life, do you think it's very... Anyway, I'm gonna have to see how this... Let's just keep going. Let's just get... Let's just confirm that... So you still have insecurities. I could feel it all over you. It's your self-worth. That's why you're so reliant on people and you're so worried about judgment. I think it's a bit of your rejection trauma too, and the skeletons you hold in your deep in your soul. So even though you think this person's your destiny, if you really knew who I was and how I felt, you may not love me anymore. I'm afraid you'll reject me if I show you who I really am. That's something you need to reflect on. That your rejection trauma is huge, and your self-worth, which means you would be a wounded masculine in relationships. Very claiming, possessive, accusatory, okay, extremely jealous. So you would clip your partner's wings, and then probably if it's done back to you, you can't deal with it because you're a runner. So if you feel caged in a relationship, you would be a completely different version to who you are, but yet you cage people because of your insecurities. That's not healthy. And then you probably blame them. Not good. That's good. You're breaking free from illusions. My obsessive thinking got the best. And that's what I felt before. This isn't a normal masculine energy because you've thought about this person. You probably think about this person constantly, but it's the way you've masked and blamed, and that's where this is off a little bit. Anyone that normally has this, that there's some form of movement. The way you avoid emotion is, I say, just because the divine, you get the runner and the chaser, sometimes you guys don't really have the whole avoid, like the attachment styles people go over. I think you really do have some issues with true avoidance in life. Like, this isn't you just being placed with a veil from the divine so you both could heal, because I don't think you have been healing. This is something that, like, maybe now, but this is something that really stems deep within. So you could really resonate with dismissive avoidant, fearful avoidant, or I don't want to say narcissistic, but a little bit self-involved, a little bit entitled. My obsessive thinking got the best of me. I allowed my emotions and others, again victim, to control it and dictate my actions towards you. If you let people do that, that's your insecurities, and that's what you're still going through now. So if this happened in the past, you're still doing it now. You're prioritizing everyone around you because you want to save face. You don't want to feel judged, especially by your friends, which is a little bit odd. Sorry, it's odd. It means you don't know the power of love. What, are your friends going to be there holding your hand when you're on your deathbed? Wouldn't that be the person you love? Sorry, that's a bit morbid, but like, what about when your friends get married and have kids? Like, it's just weird. Sorry. I finally understand it, that I need to trust my intuition. I think you're still on the fence. I don't think you know what you're thinking. One more. So now that you're reinventing yourself, you want to rebuild with this person. I'm more sticking to, I know this is your true intention and what you feel. This is beautiful, divine masculine. If you really were a divine masculine, you wouldn't, what we were explaining at the start. But anyway, I think you genuinely, in your soul, purest intention, you think that you're, like, I really do believe you think you have such a beautiful intention to come forward and want to rebuild. I do think you have been starting to work on yourself, but as a reader, what I can feel from your energy is it's because you're unsatisfied. Things aren't working in your favor. So now you're reflecting on how this person made you feel loved and this and that. Their love's irreplaceable. No one can love like them. They stroked your ego. They chased you. And I know that's because it's sad, because you genuinely believe that you want this. But you can't get past this. You can't get past it. All the things that caused destruction in your past, you still worry about. You still are stuck in, especially when it comes to outside opinions. You hate to feel judged. You hate to feel victimized. You hate, but yet you play the victim. Like, it's... Anyway. I want to see what's going on in your life, and then I want to see how this person connected to you feels. What's going on in your life currently? Okay. King of Wands in reverse, Four of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and then the World in reverse. Just off this straight, I think that should be in reverse. I think right now your life is lacking energy. Again, you're unsatisfied. Things are just feeling stuck, boring, complacent. Okay, there's stagnation everywhere, disappointments. You don't feel like your wheel is spinning right now. Okay, which is making you reflect on your community, your environment, your family structure, friendship structure. This, for me personally, is my 20 card, and I think, especially with what I'm seeing, because you're not feeling valued, because you're not feeling appreciated, because there aren't people in your life giving you, that validation that your soul seeks, and you might not have owned that about the quality of yourself, but you can see it. The way that you depend so much on other people's approval of your lifestyle choices, you seek validation. So when you're not receiving validation the way your soul wants it, of course you're going to start to feel unsatisfied and stuck. You would be someone in love. Words of affirmation would be something you really need to receive to feel secure in a connection. Okay? I think also you could be reflecting on the lack of, if you're noticing and you're becoming self-aware of how it feels when things aren't being reciprocated to you or you aren't feeling valued, maybe you are in deep reflection on maybe how you do this to people, because that's what avoidance run of broken. It's like everything that triggers you, unfortunately, this is what you project out to people. You make people feel the way you don't like to feel. And that's the only way to become self-aware. I say it all the time. You need to walk through the fire. You need to get a taste of your own medicine. You need to know anyone that you call into your life, they're a reflection to make you self-aware of behavior that needs to change, and also qualities that you can adapt. Also qualities that can bring you into balance. Also qualities that your inner soul inspires to be and knows it can be. Just remember that. So if you're highly triggered, always blaming people, point that finger back at yourself. I said it before. You're going over your self-indulgence, your materialism. Maybe you're not really where you want to be in life financially either. Your addictions, you're imbalanced, you're excessive, you're feeling empty, you're feeling over it. Seeing this, it makes me think you are starting to reflect a little bit on why your environment is the way it is. Okay, I think you do know it's from your behavior. And unfortunately, the things you fall short to, even this world in reverse, it's about taking shortcuts. Let it be for financial gain or things. It's like when it comes to the dedicated effort and the persistence needed to achieve big things, you're a runner, you're an escapist. As soon as it gets too challenging, what's next? So maybe you're starting to realize this. Life, work, love, it's not about taking shortcuts. It's about perseverance. It's about hard work. It's about determination. It's about not giving up. Energy like this, for you to be reflecting on selfishness, people around you like this is the one card that makes me think you're in reflection. I don't think that this is you blaming everyone. I think you're starting to realize these qualities about yourself, your self-indulgence, your selfish imbalance, your addictions, your obsessions, how empty you are because of your excessive personality, wanting to take shortcuts, wanting everything to just fall into place without hard work. You got to remember you're going over your lion energy, that you need determination, bravery, and courage. So this is positive. I'll see what confirms it. But anyway, King of Wands in reverse. There could be a fire sign in your life you're having friction with. A little bit naive. That's what I was feeling. Page of Cups. So because you're unsatisfied, now you want to apologize. Now you want to give this love offer. Now you're in this kind of hopeless romantic thinking, one little apology. Page of Cups approach. That's huge confirmation. I am not saying what you feel isn't genuine, but what you've done to whoever this person is, just beware of this. Is literally, and I think you are someone that maybe You let your imagination, you've got to really ask yourself, do you really want this, or is it because you feel stuck and unsatisfied? Love offer beauty, romance, message, sensitivity, music, spiritual, like it's so, but it's because you're stuck and you don't feel in control of your life. There's no energy. Things are feeling boring. So I think you do realize. So, one, the lack of support around you, You're and how I said about twinny energy, the commitment energy, you're starting to realize there's a lack of effort. This is stagnant. This is making you feel bogged down, but you are still going back and forth. Is this worth it? Isn't it worth it? Because of the judgment, right? And there's something in your inner soul, if it's stopping you as well, it's probably because you're not seeing it right. But because you're noticing the lack of effort around you, because you're noticing and feeling undervalued, it is making you reflect, which is good. These two cards are good. I think it's more you're reflecting on how the absence of effort has been put in here. I knew that should have been in reverse. You need to reassess. You need to start making adjustments. You need to set some goals. You need to define your life, your purpose. It's not even that there's something severe happening. It's not like you've got a tower or combat. It's just you are eat, sleep, repeat, hamster wheel. You just feel stuck and bored in life. Like it's not even, which is making you go into deep reflection of the people around you. But I don't think you're actually going through anything severe, like karma-wise. I just think it's like same day in, day out. Why am I seeing my justice card? You could be waiting for something legal. Oh, God. There it is, ending. So with this, look at these three major accounts. That's good that it's upright. But you've got the World, the Fool in reverse, right? So because things are stuck and stagnant and you trying to take to shortcut, of course, you feel held back. You feel there's a lack of faith around you, restlessness. But because of your foolish, impulsive behavior, the taking shortcuts in life, I do think you're coming into a very powerful transition. And side note, you could have just lost someone that made you start to reflect life is too short. I see this a lot for masculine energy. Sometimes it takes a near-death experience, a really severe loss of someone that you love, or it's just really hitting that final brink to activate. I always say anyone that activates, it doesn't come from sunshine and roses. It's the last bit of trauma your soul can take. So wouldn't surprise me if you have had some form of passing or some form, even yourself, of something that really kind of scared you and you did it silly, like foolish impulse over something. You just trying to take shortcuts in life, especially if you are now reflecting on your self-indulgence, your addiction sign. But you are going to get some form of rebirth, but that comes from pain. Life doesn't just change through, we need to walk through the fire. We need to get burnt to a crisp. Complete renewal, abrupt change, total overhaul, a breakup, a new start, letting go, endings and beginnings. Good. This was the one row that I felt very positive for your energy, because now that you're in deep reflection, 5 of Wands in reverse, you are going to find solutions to your problems. Harmony, situations resolving, finding common ground, but solutions. You're solution prone right now. It might not be completely set in. You're sick of living the same shit, which is good. One more. But you, little detective, and that curiosity gets the best of you. And because you're a Page of Cups, your wild imagination, holy moly. I could just imagine what your mind does to you. Okay. It's time to have that sun over your life. All right, I'm going to get this person. I just want to get one archetype card for you because I'm being hard on you. I want to see how the universe sees you. Oh, the kiss. This came out for my... Was it for my feminines the other day? You are craving intimacy, or craving touch. Oh, hold on. The touch, the chemistry, before a first kiss, the air is electrified. Each breath is alive with possibilities. And you're so in deep reflection of your heart space right now. You would be going through a lot of nostalgia and reminiscing, and for you to be seeing this person as irreplaceable, and just the broken, the mistakes, the sabot, like you're reflecting on the very beginning. Okay, what will their lips be like, their tongue? Do they want me in return? The archetypal energy of the kiss is a heightened sensation of merging with one another, of letting in what was moments ago separate, to become one. To become one. That's right. Well, I think it was for my feminines, because I heard the Spice Girls song. It is risky but beautiful. So you're on the crossroads. Do I, don't I? From what was once separate, you're starting to really now come into center. These moments forever change us as we move past the solitary self towards the union and acceptance. This card suggests true intimacy is around the corner, which requires bravery, which you know, and surrender. When the kiss takes... anyway, okay. Pretty much you just need to kind of... They're putting this energy over you for a reason. From what I can feel, reading your energy, I do think you're in self-reflection, but I don't think you really understand. Actually, that's what we're going to do. I want to see how your person perceives you and this. Then I will see how they feel. Hold on, I'm going to cleanse all this energy. I'm going to reshuffle my decks. I'll be back. Okay, so let's see how this person is viewing you and this connection. Then I will confirm with feelings, but I want to see what's going on in their life right now, because I feel a disconnect. But anyway, let's just first see how they view you and this connection. Okay. Wow. You've got Knight of Swords, Two of Swords in reverse, and the World. This person really could have moved on from this. They're stop, do not cross, go within, clear warning. So they're seeing you as a bit of a warning, a clear warning to kind of stay clear right now. They're viewing you as a Knight of Swords. You've created a lot of rapid highs and a lot of rapid lows in their life. I always say that Knight of Swords, he comes in so forcefully, but without thinking, without noticing red flags. He can actually create a lot of destruction in our life from how quick he moves. And I think when this person views you, it's not that you haven't created good times in their life, but they're clearly viewing you right now as you've created more, unfortunately, sadness, negativity than you have positivity. I normally see this world as a real completion and feeling whole and wholeness, but it's also about moving on and closing out things to create that world energy, especially paired with these two. I do think for a long time this person could have felt a real wholeness in this connection, but I just think, because this card specifies considering options, and anyway, I just want one more for this too. Yeah, that's what Five of Wands. So all they have felt with you is chaos, not just externally, but internally. For this person to be viewing you, sorry to say, as a Five of Wands and a Two of Swords that's not good things they're holding on to. Okay, so it just really confirms this world energy. I think this person is... lost opportunity, yes, but the misunderstandings, the chaos, them feeling in competition, maybe you've put them in competition. When I saw that snake, and I think that's, anyway. You guys could have, this card's about fertility, engagement. You guys could have been planning a bit of, I always say relationships like that, especially if you left them the way that you left them, it would have been a little bit hard for this person to get over. But do they still have some desires for you? Maybe. Do they maybe still hold on to some good times? I do think so. But especially these two together, there could be distance between you guys as well, which has now been like another obstacle in their mind, that it's kind of just, is it kind of worth it? I do think this person still holds some form of flame attraction for you, but it doesn't make sense to them. Yeah. So they could really be comparing right now. Maybe for a long time they really had this loyalty towards you, this ride or die kind of energy. They just trusted in this a lot, and maybe they were holding on to your potential. But now they kind of see you sit in unconventional lifestyle choices. They could think that you, like, this is a very kind of I don't want to say it, it's coming to my mind. They might think you kind of maybe question your sexuality, or even the about how you take shortcuts in life, just the way you kind of live your life. It's like, how can I see them as this when they're this? Like, this is what they feel. So clearly you've shown them something like this to make them feel this way, where I think for so long this card they couldn't even see, but now that this, they're going over this and trying to move past it because they want to feel fulfilled, they want to feel whole, where they didn't really notice this in the past. I think this is something now that they hold on to. That you chose your freedom, you chose your alternative lifestyle, you chose your unconventional life over this connection. And I think that they had a lot of patience and understanding for maybe some of the choices you used to make in life. But again, the right collective, you know it because you're going over it yourself in reverse. Okay, Knight of Swords. Oh, maybe this has been shifting for the past 6 months for them. It clearly hasn't been easy to get past. And they still have moments of, I think, before they would embrace what they felt. Now they try and push it away with this Two of Swords in reverse. But you guys could have had a really pivotal interaction about 6 months ago, or there was something here that happened in this person's life 6 months ago that made them start reflecting on this stuff at a deep level, and they started tapping into their inner truth. It was a catalyst for change. They wanted to transform. It came from up above. It was a cosmic trigger to create new beginnings for them. So let it be an emotional thing, or they did connect to there's something here that happened around 6 months ago that made this person connected to you start really reflecting on things that maybe they were blinded to. All right, Five of Wands with Two of Swords in reverse. Oh, they felt gullible by you. So doesn't surprise me with like your energy, and I don't think you ever truly knew you were doing it in a malicious way, but the way that you, and I know it was self-unawareness, but I said it, I feel like you intentionally knew, like you knew this person was heartbroken, but you didn't care. You didn't care when you were living the life you were living. You didn't care. So yes, you had moments of thinking about them, but you've always been protecting your emotion. Now they're starting to see this, that they were just codependent on you. This brought up too much melancholy and sadness. They feel gullible. They went from these extreme highs and lows, constantly wallowing. It just made them imbalanced. So they're like, ugh. And in the nicest way, you dug this hole. You kind of dug your grave. What's that saying? You made your bed. You're going to have to kind of lie in it. But anyway, world. Yeah, that's what I felt. So once upon a time, they felt this sense of, but they were like 8 of Cups in reverse. I'm being dishonest with myself. I'm staying for the wrong reasons. This is keeping me in limbo. How can I think this makes me happy? Look what it's done to me. Look what it's created in my soul. Nah, I was about to say this is your only saving grace. So you really did revoke everything. The engagement, promising children, or if you were going to have children, everything that they held on to, even the attraction, now they look at you as a heartbreaker, that you're manipulative, that it was just one big fat disappointment, that you revoked everything that you once offered them. And the sad thing is, you didn't ever talk about it. Don't make it fit. You just took off. And I literally was about to say, this person now, when they think of you, that's probably the only positive you have. But nah, even that, when they feel any kind of desire come over you, they now, like, look at what's confirming these. You kind of made this person feel like a fool for being so loyal to you. Just saying. Oh God. So you never learning from the past, you with third party friction. There is something about your sexuality here that this person holds on to. Or they think there's something going on there. This is why you were uncommitted. This is why you made them feel this way. You involved someone else into your connection. So remember what I said, they were ignoring all of this because they had viewed you like this. But now they see you like this, and they know, or they think, you'll never learn from the past, that you would rather choose to be this kind of person or have these kinds of lifestyle choices than ever commit and be the person you once promised you were going to be. Sorry, ripping off the Band-Aid. Yeah, too many opinions, and they're right. You care about everyone else. It's like this person's bowed out gracefully. Too many irons in the fire. You're temperamental. You're stubborn. Oh God, you care more about others than... Sorry. Hold on a sec. I want to get these. I just want to confirm. I just want to get a couple. They were pretty harsh. Oh, yeah. Your betrayal, your deceit, your lies, how many cycles you guys have played out. I do think that you both got that. I do think they held on, that you awakened them. But when they think about you, I think they think, I learnt what I could. This was my lesson to wake up to my healing and become the best version of myself. Where maybe for so long they put you in the category of divine because you awaken them. But now they just replay the cycles. The Knight of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Two of Swords in reverse. Oh, and you know it. They go over the secrets, the things that you've kept hidden. The things that you chose to never be honest about. This is sad. Why does this feel like a new collective for me? I don't think I've picked up a feminine this fed up for, I don't even remember. Well, this could really tie into that other reading that gave me the ick to read the other day, because it keeps coming to my mind in this reading. You've got that. I don't think they've seen this from you. Maybe they still have hopes you can tap into the best version of yourself, but out of all of these cards, that's probably your only... And maybe they just feel that activating in you a little bit. I don't think you've shown them this. I'm going to be honest with the theme of this. I don't think you've ever shown them bravery, determination, persistence. So I can't see them seeing you like this. It might be that they have hopes that you will find this strength in yourself one day, but it's not that they see you like that. Oh God, I think that confirms. I do think for a long... There's that betrayal again. I do think for a long time this person saw you as their twin. I think for a long time this person believed you were their divine. So they were just so... There was a loyalty towards you, but now they're starting to just be a little bit more realistic. Whatever happened in this person's life 6 months ago, it's really been changing their outlook on everything. And there's the distance. And I felt that when I was reading their card. There's something about distance with you guys. So definitely emotional, but physical distance has now become something that they go over as well. Just doesn't make sense to them. Where I think this person was so blinded by all the obstacles in the past, they just didn't care. If they really saw you like this, they didn't care. They just wanted you back in their life. But now it's those rose-colored... Hold on, my candle just went off. The rose-colored glasses have come off. Oh. It's my favorite card. This is underneath cycles though. I do think this person still questions a little bit. You got twin flame and red thread. But because this came up underneath cycles, I think... You guys have clearly had some points of communication if you've played out cycles. I'm just going over the tarot because of the reflection of everything. Again, I do think that this person maybe still has moments of... I don't know. I want one more for that. I'm stopping myself from saying it. That could be them. Trying to stop themselves from believing that at the moment. Yeah, how much you've rejected this person. And they might know you've got rejection trauma, but how much you've rejected this person, how much you've, through your cycles, they just feel silly. Okay, you've got to remember they're seeing you as a Knight of Swords, as a Two of Swords in a reverse, Five of Wands, Hierophant in reverse. I think when they think, it's more, instead of the longing, they remember the pain. But I will say this, you clearly would still pop up in their mind every now and then, like to have these. But I think now when you come up, they try to have, you've got to remember they're feeling gullible towards you. So the Queen of Cups in reverse. So when this comes up, they would try and find so much logic and release in their emotion. Secrets. And if they know you struggle with rejection trauma, they're probably starting to realize until this person heals and finds this within, it would never work anyway. And they can clearly sense that on you because you just, anyway, you know, I've given enough to you. No contact. So the secrets here. 3 times this has wanted to come out. So underneath secrets, your betrayal. This is what they hold on to let go of you. Again, for so long they saw you as that King of Pentacles. Now they see you as a Hierophant in reverse. So maybe you denied a lot of things, but now all those things you denied, they're standing firm in their truth. They know you have some things that you hide and they're not blinded to it anymore. Deceit, lies, secrets, courage. This is sad. There's still one little bit of hope in them. Like I've said it a couple times. But I'm going to be honest, I think this person's quite it's hot and cold. I think this person's quite happy. Let's see their just confirm with their feelings. I just want to see this person's life, because I feel they're kind of, if they could relate. Anyway, let's just see these quickly. There it is again. So they do see you as a little bit selfish. Okay. I think they will always feel blessed. Look at all the pink around you when they think about you. I think they will always feel blessed. You transform their soul, but they don't like feeling attached to you. Okay. This is a hard one. I can't decipher if this is a true divine connection or not. I'm going to be honest. I do think you transform this person's soul. The sad thing is, what's making me question if this is divine, just when I was reading you, I couldn't decide if I was speaking to you as if this is what you're coming to accountability with, or if this was more of a message that was going to be very triggered and you're that self-unaware, you don't even realize your faults in this. And I know that's hard to hear, but when it comes to this person, if you choose to move or not, I don't think you're gonna, they're happy. They're happy right now. You will definitely face some form of rejection, and you're so afraid to. It's up to you what you do, but I don't think you're going to get your way with this, that's for sure. But let's get, I just quickly want to see the universe, how the universe sees you, guys, as a pairing. Yeah, it's not good. I don't think how much pain and stress you've caused on this person, because you were so concerned about your own pain, and this is how the universe sees you. So 23rd of this month, the illness, the fatigue, the stress, the anxiety, the worry, the restlessness, the filth, decay, loss, theft, fear, the nagging. This is nice, but the sorrow and emotional loss and the crisis that you guys have faced, I think you were just refusing to see this was fated and destined, and you were refusing to tap into the divine guidance. You were so concerned about your own emotion. This was meant to activate you both spiritually, and I just don't think it ever really activated you the way it was meant to, which just means it wasn't your lifetime. You missed too many karmic cycles here, because unfortunately you couldn't get yourself out of having compassion and understanding for what you put this person through. You were just unfortunately prioritizing yourself. This is a hard reading to deliver. And I think you chose, I'm going to be honest, I do think you chose another man or other friendships, or you constantly let people interfere in this. Another querent, a person you know, a boyfriend, a love interest, another masculine energy. And this could be connected to your person now as well. For them to be releasing you the way they're releasing you, it wouldn't surprise me if they connected to a soul energy. I think it was meant to be something that could stabilize, but you both needed to endure, and I think the person connected to you probably endured a lot. I find the feminines, they can stay on these cycles for years, sometimes even decades. But I say this a lot when I'm reading my feminines, you can never have a connection with only one person healing, and divines, you're meant to heal together, even though the masculines are a bit far behind. I just don't think you as a collective ever embodied healing. I just think you wanted to stay in comfort and satisfaction. And it's only now that you're feeling unsatisfied, you're going through reflection. It was meant to create security and perseverance in you both, but willpower. And this collective, you clearly really struggle with willpower and saying no to the things that don't, that shortcut energy. It was meant to be long lasting. Sad. This is nice. It entails a leap of faith, but they're saying not to worry. Prosperity. To move on from the past, you need to leave the past in the past, and I don't think you're ready to really, you hold on to too much here. Change in direction. Maybe you guys were supposed to have a child, birth of a son, but luck. This could, hold on, I want one more for those two. I was about to say this could be something that's destined, but you need to communicate, unite, integrate, come to a compromise, overcoming barriers. I'm going to be honest. I think this is the universe's perspective. There's definitely an interference right in your middle row, right smack in the middle, and it's to tie to, but if you're true divines, this would reflect in both of your lives in some way or form. Right? So right now, and I think through all of this, this has created a lot of mice energy. You did get the death card. There could be a loss that you both could have had a lot of, find divines, you guys lose a lot of people, fur babies in your time apart. I do think that the divine is trying to guide this. I think this could be potential. I'm about to confirm them all. But no relationship works without good communication and coming to compromise and understanding of both people's grievances, where I think you as a collective, you're so tunnel visioned in your own feelings that you fail to see what your emotion and actions do to others, because you're always so me. Sorry. Have to say it. Yeah, you whip. So both, I do think you both were as bad as each other, but arguments, fight, the abuse, the tense, the painful, going again and again, the cycles, right? The anger, this created so much grief for both of you. And again, I don't think you ever understood it because you were so prioritizing. I think you both were truly a bit to blame for this, actually. I think you both were. Cross. Wow. It's meant to be, it'll never pass you by. Just remember that. There's something about divine timing here. Underneath this spirituality, divine guidance. It's not bad. I wasn't feeling that from this energy. Okay, so whatever this masculine energy is in both of your lives, things will unfold. I want one more for that. Wow. It's about communication, negotiate, flighty, nervous, making contact. Text or call someone. This is what's over you right now. This one's got me a bit stuck. Hold on. Whatever this middle row is, it's definitely connected to past life cycles, these people. Past lives, evolving, personal growth, connection to source, grounded. There's something about fertility here as well. This is a card of fertility. This is an important part of your story for both of you, this middle row. Whoa. trust, fate, karma, cycles, force of the universe, destiny, getting what you deserve. It's out of your hands right now. So this is underneath the anchor. I want one for the grasshopper and then the bridge, please. You will know, they're saying, this is you, Emperor energy. When you're ready, this is your last row. You'll know. The leap, and that's also father card. So maybe you guys really are destined to have a child. Surprising. This is a within 7 days. I don't think this will be... Whenever you will know when you're locked in masculine, because you will take that leap of faith. You won't worry. You will change the direction of this, the grasshopper. But clearly there's something that arrives from the universe first. Let's get one for... Wow. Judgment, head of the pack. Right now, I'm going to be honest reading this. I know this is from the universe. I think you guys are stuck here. I think there's something going on here. Very kind of stuck right now, what you guys have been facing. I do think there's going to be something that the universe, it's divine intervention, it's divine. If you guys are really meant to be and you're this far off track, like even as a reader, I'm picking this up as more karmic, and this is meant to be your lifetime, divine intervention will intervene, okay? But that's not through something magical. Divine intervention comes to realign you to your timeline when you're, again, that far off, or to stop you from a near-death experience that was not destined for your time, for divine intervention to have to intervene to bring you back on track. That's a big one. But whatever the case, it'll lock into your Emperor energy. I want one more. This part's thrown me a little bit. Wow. Wow. You will reawaken lost hope. All in for what you love, deeply committed, uncommon bonds, family things will get brought up, manifesting your deepest desires. You guys are taking baby steps, a process of arrival, spiritual growth's needed though. One more. I was wanting to see if this rebirth, another, you're going to have to. Another man card. There's some masculine energy around this. I wasn't expecting that. I want to see what angel is. Did you hear that gale of wind? The winds of change. I want to see what angel's over this connection right now. Let's get what angel's over you and what angel's over this person, and then what's over this connection. Bringer of prosperity and abundance. So this is clearly something you're focusing on. Prestige, feeling good, hope. You'd need that. But luck is on your side. I hope you tune into your higher octaves of abundance to magnify the good things in your life. Thursday could be, I think it's Thursday here in Australia. Manifest it. Gold. Gold is the color of abundance. One more for you. I can't say these angels, so I just don't even bother butchering them. Angel of willpower. Sorry, you need that. And new beginnings, motivation, ambition, a new start, aspirations, new project, attaining goals. This is good, those two, so that's good. I infuse you with creative passion and energy to start and successfully complete things you put your mind to. Mental discipline. Today's the day, and it's Thursday. There's something today you're meant to do. Success. Amazonian night. All right, what's over your person? Angel of work and confidence. So that'd be soaring. Number 24, 47, 5. So this person on your mind would be soaring. And that makes sense with this, especially if you compare a lot. Purpose, efficient, motivated, new ideas, projects, experience and focused. I will help you with projects. Choose a vocation. What's that mean? I thought, what's a vocation? not vacation, vocation, or when you feel overwhelmed with work. Spring, don't procrastinate. Maybe they're fighting a bit of procrastination right now. One more for them. Two more for them. Angel of Independence. So they're thriving. So they're an independent king or queen. Freedom, spiritual growth, light, power, enhanced pineal gland. So they're very connected. Wisdom, exploration. I help open the door to freedom in all areas of your life. Spiritual enlightenment and discovery of your truth. Brosonite, November, big changes. So what was 6 months ago? Maybe it started in November, but something big could be happening in November for them as well. Angel of lifestyle and affection. Generosity, joy, pleasure, optimism, heart-centered fulfillment. And I could feel that this person connected to you is starting to find the joy and pleasure in life again after a lot. They've been through a lot because of this. I inspire joy and I support time off in order to live a vibrant, fulfilling and pleasant life. It's okay to pamper yourself. July, so this month could be very impactful for them. But take time away. They could be going on a holiday or something. And then citrine. Okay, what angels around you both? Oh my God, you got Archangel Michael, the protector, the defender and the protector of this earth. So Archangel Michael is protecting you guys. He's painful. And that makes sense with the divine intervention. I always say he'll give you chance after chance. If you keep steering off path, he will remove everything to realign you. Revealers of truth. Restores faith, strength, courage, resolve. Reassurance, but also cutting cords. Call on me when you feel afraid, lonely, in despair, or are in need of courage and protection. Sunday, Sapphire, trust. Let's get one more. Wow. So he'd be removing things right now. Patron of psychics and students. Clarity, psychic protection, communication, an aha moment. There's an aha moment over you guys right now. Clearing mental fog and doubt and bringing psychic insight to your awareness for spiritual and scholastic benefit. Something about staying positive. May, something could have started trickling in. Let's get one more. That Michael one's blown me away, because if he's protecting your connection, there would be removals happening, especially with this aha moment. Keeper of wisdom and inspiration, prophetic vision. So you could be having dreams, you guys. Guidance, plan of action. So there's a plan of action, spark of inspiration. I give wisdoms to solve complicated problems, to help you find solutions for challenging predicaments. So you are facing, I could feel it with how I was reading this. I always say as a reader, we embody the energy of the collective, and this was so confusing. At moments it was icky. It was just, it makes sense if there's some, whatever's being revealed to you and your connection right now in both aspects, it's for a reason. It's meant to create forward movement. It's meant to create a plan of action. That's really blown me away, because I just wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that. But that could be you. You could be in that much disbelief, and this person's detaching from it. So I want one more. Sorry. I want one more. The apocalypse. Oh, Jesus. Restores the spirit, reveals your attachments. And that's what you're going through, that Nine of Cups in reverse. So this person will be going through that as well. Protecting children, spiritual bubblesies, heals emotion and creates courage. I reveal truth, guide humanity through times of upheaval and bring souls to God for judgment. With the help of him. Now, look at all oh no, that's more for you. There's something happening right now, which is greatly revealing. That's good. It's not bad. That shocked me a bit. Okay, I was about to close it off, but now I feel I need to get these little purple cards. I haven't got them for... Are my eyeballs on? They're bloody on. They keep coming on. That's better. You're not going to believe this. So I went to say, what did we split it on? And this was very soon. But then there's that Nine of Swords. Remember I saw that at the start? I'd be surprised if you're still watching, to be honest. Just remember, Nine of Swords, we create that energy. We create it, especially through victim mentality. It's holding on to memories and things that do not serve us. And yes, it creates a lot of fear and worry, but it's all about trauma. And to be able to move on from things, you need to discuss things. Just remember that, because otherwise it just burdens and burdens and snowballs. Okay, love yourself. I think you both would need to work. Well, clearly your person's working on that. The romantic feelings, yeah, we know that. True love, okay, but deception. Truth. And there is children. There's something destined here for you guys. And forgiving and learning. This is surprising me. These last two decks are surprising me. Healing. Well, there's definitely family and friendship issues. Let's be real. Healing. It says family, but I'm going to say friendships too. This is... okay, the control issues. You can't control the outcome. You just have to either surrender to your feelings or not. You need, as we said, at trust. You deserve this love. Or you deserve love in general. All right, let's get charmies. All right, let's see what charms come in. Oh, wow. So many more. You got the pink love bell. Could have just got a new pet collar. Ducks, intuition. Could have a memory with ducks. Or collect little crystal, you know, the little crystal animals. I always see my Nana and her little animal crystal collection when I see that. Black and white animals. Could be seeing, there's clearly something here to do with animals, but you could be seeing a lot of black and white animals. You guys could have shared a pet. Divine intervention. Truth. There's something here with perfect timing on its way. When time stops, 26th of the 10th, that stopped at 10:26. You got a windfall coming in. You do have that angel of prosperity and abundance by your side. New beginning in love. 5-cent piece. You could have found a 5-cent. This is my 2020. I've got a few. Gosh, if 2020 resonates with your story, it's 5 years. It's a long time of games. J, I, V, M, B, X, P, F, O, G, and E. Why did you see Georgie? George? Your broken heart. Friends as well. I just heard that's a big thing here. Crescent moon. You could be born on a crescent moon. This person could be, you could both be. Signs. The angels are trying to contact you right now. You could have just found a beautiful feather. And remember, the world is your oyster. You are a pearl. Important dates, birthdays, memories, angel numbers. 15th of the 5th. 55, 5th of the 5th, 5-5 portal, 4-5-6. It's consecutive numbers, 4-4 portal. The portal energy could be important here. 6th of the 11th, 11th of the 6th, 19th by itself, or 19th of the 5th, 4th, 6th, 11th. 10th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 10th, 11th of the 6th, 6th of the 11th, 24th of the 6th, 24th of the 10th, 24th of the 11th, 10-10. Completion could come, and then 5 by itself. Big transformation needed, just saying. All right, lots of love, and have a good day.